What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Inside Zone. Let's have a quick conversation. Last night was fun. This is why the NFL is the NFL, and they're the big, bad, top of the totem pole league in this country and probably around the world. I mean, it's the off season, and they commanded the attention of every fan here in America and overseas to pay attention to see where the next stars will come from. So let's talk about the Falcons. The Falcons coming into the offseason, everybody knew it that the Falcons needed pass rush. I don't think it was a hidden secret that the Falcons needed to do something on that D-line, especially after letting Grady Jarrett go, and who's now with the Chicago Bears. They can't get to the quarterback. Never gotten to the quarterback. So what were they going to do at 15? If you had jokes, you would say, hey, they would pick up Shedeur Sanders. That's a shout out to going quarterback last year after giving Kirk Cousins $100 million guaranteed, like 2 weeks prior to the draft, and then drafting the future of the franchise and Michael Penix. But I digress. So the Falcons at 15. There are a lot of people still on the board. Surprisingly, Jalen Walker still sitting there waiting to get picked up, which kind of surprised a lot of us because you thought Jalen was going in the top 10, maybe even the top 5. Edge rushers are a step down from quarterback and tackle, right? You want somebody to lead your team as a quarterback, then you need somebody to protect that person, and then you need somebody who can sack that person. That's kind of the hierarchy of importance of an NFL football team. Everything else you can fill in between, but those are the 3 biggest positions, in my opinion, on a football team. So at 15, the Atlanta Falcons see that Jalen Walker is sitting there, and they pull the trigger. It took them a little while to make the decision, and now we know why. Because at 26, the Falcons trade back into the first round. They give up some heavy picks, a first round next year, a second round pick this year, and I think even a third pick somewhere later in the draft for this year to the Rams to get their 26th pick. And they jumped up to pick James Pierce Jr. out of Tennessee. So not only did the Falcons get a Swiss Army knife of a player in Jalen Walker, was a leader for the Georgia team, was kind of that guy. Then you also go and get the same guy from the Tennessee team, kind of a Swiss Army knife, so to speak, a pure edge rusher, a little smaller in stature as far as his weight, but speed-wise, he runs a 4.4, and he was just a disruptor. So, and ironically, the reason why it took the Falcons so long at 15 to make the decision was because they had James Pierce as their number 1 player on the board. So when Jalen Walker lands, it's like, we weren't expecting to be able to get Jalen Walker. Okay. And now will our number 1 still be on the board? And they didn't take any chances, right? So, some of the pundits today are saying, oh, the Falcons, they did it again. They're dumb. They traded away a first round pick next year. Here's the deal. If this guy was your number 1, at any point, if you see a player that deserves a number 1 draft position on the board, I don't care if you're picking him this year, next year, or the following year. If he's a number 1, he's a number 1. So trading a draft pick, a future draft pick, for somebody you see who has first round talent, there's no losing in that situation, right? Again, edge rusher, number 3 importance of a player on the football field. So that capital is amazing. So look, in conclusion, guys, the way I see it is, in my opinion, this is probably the best Falcons first round draft that I've ever seen. I mean, don't get me wrong, right? Drafts where we picked up Dion, or we picked up Mike Vick, or some of these, just game-changing, culture-changing, franchise-changing players. Yeah, these are just 1 pick. To go and get 2 guys within the top 5 of their position rank for draft and be able to get both of them in the same round, first round. Also, don't forget, this is the first time we picked up a player from Georgia in the first round as well. Falcons did great. Let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe, share.